little boy, Joey.
Yeah.
The toothy train that takes me away from you. No one can tell how sad it makes me. Kiss me, Tootsie, and then I do it over again. What for the man? What are you doing here now?
Addie, do you know anything about bells and potholes?
Everything.
Didn't I sing good? Don't you realize you were making fun of black people? But why? We're just imitating Al Jolson. He was a black singer. He wasn't black. Why did Sam say everyone would love it? Did Sam put you up to this? Come on. Samantha!
I used to watch this too.
Samantha, get out! Samantha! Get down here!
I never saw this one though.
No. Are they going to kick you out of this church because of what I did? No, honey. But they'll probably make me sit in the parking lot during Sunday service. Can't God hear you from the parking lot? Well, honey, I got a bumper sticker that says, honk if you love Jesus.
Can't go back to that church, trust
Now
me.
I'm going to get that chance. Samantha! Are you going to hit her? Hi, Nell. What'd you want? Look at what you did to me!
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets, you know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers. None of that shit that's on TV, you know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. We the hood people, you know? Representation of black people, period, on the bench. Because we don't know who Clarence Thomas is representing. He's sitting on a Supreme Court, sitting on a bench, smelling like cocoa butter.
Welcome to Hoodviewpolitics, where we go into a deep, detailed dive into politics from a hood point of view. I'm DC's own Rabbit Jones.
And I'm Tony, the #1 soul brother. Welcome to Sunday night, all the way live stream. Hoodview Politics coming your way. While you at it, and you in here, you might as well hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell. Go on, do it.
Yes, indeedy. But if you're new here, you don't know what to expect. But if you've been here before, you know what's going on here. We chasing magazine coons. Let's not forget about those Puerto Ricans and those white ladies too. You know what I'm saying, Doc? You on the list. Welcome to everybody to take your time out to even take 10 seconds of your boys. We appreciate y'all a whole lot. Like, subscribe. Every time y'all do that, we appreciate y'all a whole lot. You know what I'm saying, dog? Wow. What's going on with the politics for sure? We on a roller coaster, bro, for sure. It's a ride. It's going to be a ride. It's a long ride, too. It's one of them rides, damn. It starts off crazy, and it's a long way to go. Everybody, seatbelts done slipped off.
That shit, it ain't no ride for me because I knew what to expect.
Got a long way to go with this one.
And I know what's coming. It's just we just on the bus, on the train right now. But it's a roller coaster ride for the motherfuckers who didn't believe what was gonna happen. Now, they gonna go through all types of ups and downs.
That's why it's a list we got. You know what I'm saying?
I can remain even. You know what I'm saying? As far as Trump, fuck him and the people that voted for him.
Now, when that joint first came on, you had Joy Lawrence.
Yeah.
I actually watched that joint when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that. I might have watched that podcast. I mean that joint and never paid no attention to it because I was little as fuck. But I really don't remember seeing that. I would remember that shit.
Yep.
Oh no, have you seen that?
Yep, seen it when it first aired on NBC. And I believe it was on Saturday nights. Yep. It was
So all this
Saturday
time, Joy Lawrence did that. What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But the show was about, as you were saying in the clip, he was on some of those skit at church with Nail, whatever. And
the sister made him put that shit on.
Yeah, and the younger one, Sam, put him up to the shit. He didn't know what the fuck.
She put it on his face, told him everybody gonna be happy to see because you emulating whatever the fuck.
Yeah. She should have whooped her ass.
And the whole time, the person that she did that to was a person that wasn't even black.
Mm-hmm.
It just shows her racist ass pig bones.
Yeah, so
damn, boy, when you look back at some of these joints where these sitcoms back in the day, the people that was writing them was racist as fuck.
Yeah, give me a break. Give me a break if you look at it.
I think that's a spinoff, ain't it?
Nah.
When she had her little joint when she spinned off. Give me a break.
That was her first joint. Old Mel Carter. But back then,
what was the name of her spin? She had a spinoff.
Yeah, she had another show. She matter of fact, she kept doing Give Me a Break when all the family had left.
But right there, I think that was more of a teaching moment where she should have went to that girl and be like, look, I understand you thought that this was some funny stuff where everybody would like it or something, but this is disrespectful. First, she had to show her the history of what that was. I don't even think the white girl would have known that.
She should have told her that after she slapped the shit out of her.
After that, she had a nice print right there. Then, let me show you something.
But if you go back and look at, about a year more ago, I was going through some old episodes of Give Me a Break. And they always had some wild shit through the whole motherfucking joint.
Some sketchy stuff.
Fuck yeah.
For real?
Hell yeah. The father's mother, the grandmother, the white grandmother.
Damn.
A whole bunch of misogynistic.
That's crazy because I watched Different Strokes a couple of weeks ago and something happened on there. I was like, man, that was some racist shit.
Yeah, they did too.
And I was thinking, bro, I used to watch this shit all the time. I'm not even thinking I wasn't thinking of it when I was little. That's all it was.
Because you didn't know what you was watching.
Because now when I'm looking at it, I hear the racism all over the place. Like, who writing this shit? You know what I'm saying? Different Strokes. We already know Archie Bunker was over the top. They ain't give a fuck.
Archie and
but that was the script. That was the storyline of he was a racist pig.
Archie and Fred was.
I like that show too. Shit.
They was 1 and 2. And
that's fucked up. I like that one too.
Yeah, the only reason fucking Sampling something was number 1 because of motherfucking All in the Family. You just had
Jefferson's came off of All in the Family though. It was a spinoff.
Yeah, Jefferson's came off of All in the Family.
Man, them was the days, boy. I was thinking about that shit earlier today, man, because when I look at motherfucking life in general, like the path you go, like I spent a lot of time selling dope, right? And I just sit outside and wait for sales. I literally almost do the same thing now, cutting hair. I sit outside my truck and do the same thing, but I don't have no coke in my lap. I'm just coming and running cutting hair. Ain't that some funny shit in life, boy? Wow.
Different hustle, same.
Ain't that some shit? Damn, it's funny as shit. My life has been like that. But man, look, when we get down to the boogie of this thing, one thing about me and you, they can never say that we first took a break, first shied away, or got timid of the situation after Kamala lost. Nobody can say we did that. Second, our goal is now we got root out. It's not even just MAGAs no more. They irrelevant. We got to root out the so-called fake ass Democrats, independents, the Bernie Sanders and the fucking We're gonna sniff them out. We don't know clearly who they are now, but we get a nice aroma of who the fuck need to fucking go.
Well, I told you that. If Democrats didn't win this election, Democratic Party is gonna be in shambles. It's gonna be in shambles for most of this year until one person to rally around. Like Bernie trying to be for it to be him. Now that's why he's doing all the motherfucking rallies. So Democrats, it's gonna be for that person before that person step up, or before we know who that person is for real. It might not be to the primaries next year. So it's still gonna be different people saying different shit, but you're gonna find out who's who in the end. Because now you saying that there's a lot of motherfuckers out there talking shit, Chuck Schumer, but when it comes time to put up or shut up, they kiss the ring or kiss the ass or they bow down, kowtow, however you want to call it, to them motherfuckers. Just like I said about all the shit that was given back in the election, Chuck Schumer just gave back the little bit of leverage that they had. The little bit of leverage that they had, especially in the Senate, because everything got to go through the Senate, got to go through the House, got to go through the Senate to get to the president. So anything that requires 60 votes, you had them. You had them. And they're telling you dumb motherfuckers just gave that up. Stupid fucks.
So if everybody don't know what we're talking about, it was a motherfucking vote on the continued funding of the government. And we talked about this the other day. And my point was, like I always said, nobody should vote for anything. I said that since the beginning. I don't give a fuck what it is. It can have a sprinkle of, I'm going to cure cancer. I don't give a fuck. Block it. Vote against it. That's all. I'm going to stand by that. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you're a Democrat, vote against that shit all 4 years. Don't give a fuck what the bells and whistles is. That's where I've been. I ain't going to move off that. But I admitted that this is a tricky situation where you can vote for the continued resolution, which is fucked up, or don't, and the government shut down. So it was a crazy situation either way you look at it. You know what I'm saying? So I understood that when you look at it on face, because you gotta realize these people are in control of a lot of shit, responsible for a lot of shit. Like they gotta make decisions make sure in their mind we are all right as a people, right? So let's say Chuck Schumer, for example. If he was to get up, he did. Matter of fact, let's listen to Chuck Schumer real quick. Can you hear it?
No.
If you can't do it, if you're the fucking General McClellan of the U.S. Senate, quit and let someone who's got some fucking balls.
That don't sound like that. Johnny muted. The Chuck Schumer joint is motherfucking tricky for me, right? I know it's 10 people, but it's a tricky situation. I don't know how to view this shit because, like, most motherfucking Democrats will jump up. All right, that's it. That person, you know what I'm saying, should be primaried or right. I feel the same way too. But in some situations, bro, some things are like more trickier than just saying, we're not gonna vote for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's way deeper than that in some of these decisions they make. You know what I'm saying? So how many was it? 10 of them motherfuckers?
Yeah.
So if we were to say senators in the joint, it's like 40 some Democratic senators, right? And if you was to say 10 out of 49, one in the Congress out of 200 and something, was to say, all right, overall, we really got a grasp of the party itself. That they basically on the same page almost. 10 people, one person in Congress. I mean, you're not expecting Schumer though. You feel me? That's the only problem of the whole thing. So this was Schumer said earlier about the whole voting for the bill and or not voting for the bill. You know what I'm saying? How people who viewing it what way?
Vote to shut down the government. Elon Musk, Doge, and Donald Trump will use the power to shut down the government, to fire hundreds of thousands, if not millions of workers, shut down whole departments, and shrink the government for tax cuts for billionaires. It will be devastating, something like we have never seen before. One of the worst things, courts could run out of money in a few weeks. One of the few refuges we've had to stop the autocratic, vicious proposals of Trump and Musk and Doge have been the courts. And so this shutdown, the idea of a shutdown, is atrocious across the board. We have to stop it. Shutting down the government will be terrible. They could stay in shutdown for weeks, months, even years. And one of the Republican senators just told some of our senators, if you go and shut down, it's going to be months before we open up the government. And we have no way to stop them. There's no exit ramp. It'll be totally up to them when to open up the government. Shutdowns with autocrats, vicious people, nasty people like Musk and Trump and Doge in charge is disaster for us.
Okay. First of all, this is why none of you shouldn't have voted for shit. They have the power. They had the power. They had a House of Senate in the White House. They have a White House with a big mouth motherfucker in there that keep talking shit like he can do what the fuck he want to do. He gonna do what he want to do when he want to do. He don't give a fuck about nobody. You know this. So if you were going to stand on principle, you talking about they're going to shut it down for days, months, years, or whatever the fuck, let them do it. Let them do it. If they're handing you shit, dummy. All you have to do is theirs. They owned it the minute that they didn't let that shit go. Let it get solved when Biden was in office. When they had a deal. They had a deal when Biden was in office, but they didn't want they didn't want to do it. So you ended up with what you got. Biden did the smart thing, kicked it down the road. When it happens again in March, it's on you. It's on Trump. It was going to be Trump shut down the whole time. Let it happen. You don't want to get blamed. Let them blame you. They blame you for everything else anyway. It's not gonna hurt. I ain't gonna say they're gonna hurt us, but it's not gonna surprise us. We're not shocked. The ones that need to be shocked into seeing what the fuck is going on is the people who voted for him that are going to be hurt real bad by the shit that he's doing. That was just dumb.
Okay. So look at it from the 10 people standpoint, right? Mm-hmm. What he just said. Let's say you go into government shutdown. Everybody don't know from that point on, the president says what's money goes where. He in control of everything from that point. Really, without no Congress, without no Senate, he can really make lateral moves with money, take money, do money any way he want if the government shut down. That's the point he was just making right there. Do you think that's valid for him to vote for?
I think it. No, because Trump is doing that anyway. He's doing that with whatever executive orders he's signing, whatever orders he give. He don't give a fuck about. He's been bypassing Congress on a lot of shit already. So whatever get done, whatever he do during the shutdown, he was going to do it anyway. So that's why I say that was just dumb, because they handed you any issue you want. If they come to you and try to blame you and say, well, the Republicans, the president and the Republicans are blaming you Democrats for shutting down the government. No, it's on them. We could have had a deal to keep the government, but they wanted to slash Medicare. We're against that. So they wanted to do this, that, and the third. They wanted to take $1 billion from the District of Columbia of their own people's money. We're against that.
True. But like he said, when you vote for it, if you vote against it, then if the government shut down, Congress and Senate lose control from that point on. The president makes calls on where money goes, and he's an orange neck fuck demon. And what that means is they can literally just eliminate Medicare and Social Security, all that shit on their own, because they can call an emergency, American, whatever the fuck, emergency at the time. So it's risky. So in the end, who was right and wrong though? Just because most of the Democratic Party jumped up and said, all right, they got to get motherfucking primary. Who was right though? Are all these people right, or these 10 people right? That's the key thing here. In the end, you see what I'm saying?
Oh, I see where you're coming from. You know,
even though it's only 10, but are they right?
10, but
in the end, all the rest of them right. Okay. Which one right? Now you see what I'm saying? It was a
it's you walking right there. You walking a fine line. I see where you're coming from. You're walking a fine line. But this is the thing. And what Chuck Schumer and other Democrats likely need to understand. It don't matter. You're going to get blamed for it anyway. And who are you talking to? Right now, as I said, the Democratic Party is in disarray. It's in shambles. So the people you're talking about, the people you're talking to, and the people you need to satisfy is your base. You need to satisfy your base. You need to keep what base you got. Satisfy these people, and all the while add to the base. That's how you get your vote totals up. So it doesn't matter if Fox News jump out there and says Democrats fault. Fuck it. You ain't talking to them anyway.
No. But Elon Musk and Trump will have control of it.
Now I see what you said.
That's tough.
There is that by doing it,
the first thing you can do is say it's emergency or some shit.
Yeah, the first thing you can do, the first thing. I see what you're saying. That the risk you taking is Trump and Elon taking over everything. Okay,
that's tough.
Taking everything, but you ain't got no. Where
they're not gonna come back for the bill vote and none of that shit. Right. They're just gonna start taking shit.
All right, I see that, but
we don't know who right there. This is what I mean. Which Democrats are right?
Okay, now I ask you this question: even if they voted no, and the government shut down, and he's doing it anyway. The $800 million that he's going to slash was basically going to kill Medicare anyway.
Yep, that's $1 billion too.
800 billion.
I seen worse.
800 billion. Would it be?
Yes.
I might have mistaken that.
Yeah, I did that.
Okay,
too.
They already going through other ways and taking other avenues to try to do it anyway. They've been attacking Medicare since January 20th. That might expedite the issue, but
me personally, like you already know how I feel. They put never vote at all. But if they all would have voted and just let it shut down, even though it would have hurt, but at some point you got to wake American people up. If it's government shut down, everybody would listen. And then Democrats can come in and really explain what is going on here, what are they doing, and what are they trying to fight against.
Well, see,
and that way you got America listening. Shut the government down. Right now it's muddled. It's muddled where people don't know where is it Trump or who is it. If it shut the fuck down, then we can clarify because everybody understand. Oh, we listening now. What happened here? because I can't go to work. What we doing?
Right.
Now everybody will listen. You know what I'm saying?
This is where Chuck Schumer fucked up.
What happened was Trump and whatever the fuck called this bluff.
Yeah.
So
because
they don't want to shut down either. You know that, right?
No, they don't want it. And
so Chuck Schumer, like you said,
they don't want to take
fuck the whole thing up.
But
now I agree. Now, first of all, everybody listen. I agree with he's saying. Like I told you in the beginning, they should never vote. But I'm just looking at it from Chuck Schumer's standpoint.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, this was Chuck Schumer should have fucking understood. All of that, what he's saying now, he should have been saying. If that's the way you felt, and that was the risk that you didn't want to take for the American people, you had since when was this shit about? October, some shit like that. It was like in October when they passed the shit to kick it to March. You had all the time, especially every day after January 20th, to explain this, to get it out there. Except you went out there and we ain't doing shit. We ain't voting for none of it. They don't got the votes. We ain't gonna do this. We ain't budget. We ain't this.
They just switched up. Yeah.
And then at the last minute, you went ahead, like you said, he went and switched up. Okay. If that was the case, that where you at now, you were supposed to bend. First of all, you were supposed to explain this to your caucus, to your people. That's what the first thing you were supposed to do, so they could get out and explain it to the people. But you did some old stupid shit where you want to be on the side of right, and like you said, they called you bluff.
That's what they did.
You wanted to be on the side of right. Your bluff got called, and you switched up. And you did it at the last minute, where if that was information that people needed to know, that look, we playing with a shutdown. We want to get a deal, because if this deal don't go through and we don't get something done, and then the government shut down, Trump and Elon Musk can take over the entire government, and they can stop funding. That, yeah. They should have been told people that. Don't tell people at the last minute.
No bullshit.
After you switched up,
the 30-second clip and shit.
Information. Now, if you think I'm the only one that feels like this, play that video.
Because I didn't know until he said that last night. I didn't know that. Like, bro, you should have told me that there's that much going on. Yeah. Like, bro, stop. I still would have said you should have voted against it because they calling you bluff, but still. Like, what the fuck? Want to try it again? Hold on. They called their bluff. Like Trump said, fuck it. Let's see. Because they going to cave. They going to cave to this shit. Fuck it.
And if this you don't believe me, yet wants to show me.
That's crazy.
And if you do not, we about to show you that.
Is going to absolutely fuck your people. You're going to dishearten every Democrat in the country. You're going to hurt your chances in 2026. And when you sit there and go, oh, well, there's nothing we can do.
Let us sit back and listen. And tell me if you agree or not.
If you can't do it, if you're the fucking General McClellan of the U.S. Senate, quit and let someone who's got some fucking balls take the job. This CR is going to absolutely fuck your people. You're going to dishearten every Democrat in the country. You're going to hurt your chances in 2026. And when you sit there and go, oh, well, there's nothing we can do. Yes, there is something you can do. You can tell the story every day. You can go out every day and tell people the harm that is being done by Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Mike Johnson and John Thune and every other goddamn Republican who's leading this charge to burn this fucking country to the ground. Am I mad? Yes, I'm mad. Is anger justified? Yes, it's justified.
Some progressive groups are calling for new leadership in the Senate for Democrats. Even House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries, your leader, he was asked if he supports Schumer as leader of the Senate Democrats, and he said, next question. Do you think Senate Democrats should replace Chuck Schumer?
I think Senate Democrats have to sit down and take a look and decide whether or not Chuck Schumer is the one to lead in this moment.
See, that is the problem. You come out at the last minute with some other shit, and you got headlines like Democrats feel betrayed. Now they're questioning if you should be the leader or not. And no, you shouldn't. You went out there and you jumped around and sat on your high horse, talk cash shit. Man, we ain't doing a motherfucking thing for these people. We ain't helping them do shit. What we look like? They ain't got the votes. We got the votes. Yeah, you was talking shit, and then you just gave it all back. And fuck, and like my man said, fuck your people in the process. Hakeem Jeffries kept his people together. They all voted no. Coming out of the house, we together. We standing on this. How are they supposed to look at you now when you can't even keep your side together? Your side got the whole fucking party now in disarray. No. Even more disarray. Because of the way you did it. All you had to do was explain it. And
then so people be like, okay, I get that part, but still vote against it.
Right.
I understand you now, but still vote against it. But now, out of these 10 motherfuckers, right? I'm only surprised. First of all, who surprised you? And do anybody? Oh, for real? I'm gonna tell you the ones that surprised me.
Durbin
is Schumer, Durbin, Gillibrand,
Shaheen a little bit.
And that's it, really. The rest of these motherfuckers, like Fetterman and Angus, all these motherfuckers, they was wishy-washy any fucking way.
Well, I expected Fetterman already said he was going to vote for it.
But Dick Durbin and motherfucking Schumer and Gillibrand, what the fuck are y'all doing?
And look, where all of them from?
And Peters, Gary Peters, his motherfucking ass is wishy-washy from the beginning too. Brian motherfucking Schwartz, his ass was some. Some of these joints, so these motherfuckers are wishy-washy, especially motherfucking Fetterman motherfucking ass.
Okay.
At this point, I don't even know where the fuck he think he at. He don't know if he MAGA or he following Kamala. He don't know where he at no more.
You expected Fetterman. He from Pennsylvania.
That's what I mean.
He also. I mean,
these bitch ass. Every one of them need to be primary out the fucking joint.
Schumer from New York.
I pulled back on the Schumer joint, right? I don't like him now. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But over these years, he's been part of this fight. He's been part of the fight. Period. Even when Obama was in there, he did a lot of things to help to push things along. So it'd be hard for you to be like, all right, that's it for Schumer because of that one vote, right?
Let's see.
That's tough for that one person. The rest, even Durbin too.
Let's see. This is the way I.
But the rest of them, get the fuck out of here.
This is the way I look at that. What are y'all doing? When you went in, when he was back there and went in with Obama had the power, had all the power. So it's easy to go along with shit and help push shit through when you got the power. Now, when you ain't got no type of power. See, even back then, most of the time, the House and the Senate was divided. So even if something got out the House, it might not get through the Senate, depending on, or it might not get out the House to get to the Senate, depending on who was in, what party had the power. So it's easy then because you knew you had checks and balances. You had checks on shit. Right now, you don't have checks on shit. Because this motherfucker going in there with a chainsaw with all the power, plus he already stacked the Supreme Court in his first administration. So it's easy when you know shit ain't going but so far. So you're gonna stand. It's easy to stand up and stand on your high horse or your soapbox. Then now is the time when the people that voted for you, really need you. It's a time when you're supposed to really be doing your job, and you got to tell people the hard truth. If this happens, this will happen. That blah blah blah. We can't go. I can't vote for this because of this, that, and the third.
People understood that better.
People will understand. It's easy to do that, but now y'all doing shit is y'all standing on motherfucking. Okay, I'm gonna take it back. It's just like the election. It was Kamala this, Kamala that, Kamala this, Kamala that, Kamala. Oh, we love Kamala. She did this, that, and the third. She's the greatest thing since the wheel. Oh my God, she's the most marvelous thing since sliced bread. But as soon as you lost, it's like, fuck her. If you didn't wait a day to point out what you felt was flaws in her campaign or whatever the fuck. And you're doing the same shit now as you did with her. With her, everybody wanted to be on the right side of history. Stephen A., Charlemagne, and all these other motherfuckers that jumped out there. Y'all wanted to be on the right side of history when y'all thought she was going to win. But when she didn't win, you jumped ship. Snoop, Nelly, Rick Ross, motherfuckers like that. And you got the same shit going on in Congress with Chuck Schumer and these other 9 fools. Yes, y'all jumped out there and y'all talk cash shit when you thought you had power or you thought you was on the right side of history, but when it didn't go your way, you jumped ship. That's basically what you did. And this is when your people need you the most.
So yeah, to me, like I said, everybody should vote for against everything. But this is, like I said from the start, is we're gonna find out who should be along with this ride and who get the fuck away.
Mm-hmm.
And these 10 and the motherfuckers that voted against my man Al Grazine and wanted him to get shit censored. Is any one of them the same? Let me see.
Hold up.
I think
Nah.
They're not even the same.
Nah, that's a whole different thing.
I mean, that's 20 people.
Right.
Fuck. We're gonna list this up. 20 y'all motherfuckers. It's 20 y'all. We're not letting none of y'all slide. Even the ones that did it, Al Green.
So
y'all motherfuckers on the list too. Added with these motherfuckers, that's 20 motherfuckers. And plus the one that is in the Congress that voted against the motherfucking joint, that's 21 people.
Yeah.
The spotlight is on the butt cheeks. Spotlight is on the butt cheeks.
Nah, because Al Green, they voted against Al Green, essentially Al Green in the House. These different 10 motherfuckers in the Senate.
That's what I'm saying.
So
that's 20. Because this is the House right here. These people. People.
Mm-hmm. So it's 20 people total. Yeah.
Yep. 21 with that one motherfucker that voted against the joint in the Congress. It was 212 Democrats and 1 Democrat voted with a Republican. Who was that? That even passed this shit from the beginning.
Oh yeah. We voted for
that motherfucker.
But
So it's 21 even. Keep track, motherfucker. And throw in Bernie, 22.
Yeah, and see, this is what
Fuck
I
outta
don't
here.
understand. After the election, all you motherfuckers, including these 10 motherfuckers and the other 10 too, y'all kept jumping out there talking about it's all on him now. This is y'all gonna get what y'all voted for. It's all on him now. It's all on him. But y'all keep saving him every fucking time he get in some shit. I don't get it. If it's all on him, let it be on him. I'm quite sure. Look, before it even get to the point of a motherfucking takeover or whatever the fuck, a government shutdown ain't lasting no more than a couple of days or so. Because it's going to be too much of an outrage. And then you affect your national security and some more shit. Yeah. So shit going to get back open. Because motherfuckers ain't going to keep coming to work for nothing and not getting paid. Essential workers still got to come to work, even though they don't get paid. So, you gotta. Sometimes you gotta play hardball. You should have played hardball with them.
I concede that it was a tough decision, but you also made the wrong decision, Chuck Schumer. And I don't want to throw you out with the bad for it. Not you specifically. The rest of these motherfuckers can go. Because I seen you in the war. I seen you in the fight. It was another one too. That I seen before years ago in this fight. So it's hard to just, y'all got to strike against you. But the rest of them got to go.
He got to go too.
He done too much, bro.
He got to go.
He
got to go.
Way too much.
You know why he got to go?
Too much.
Because of what we just talked about. You jumped out there trying to be on the right side or whatever. And this information or this reasoning that you gave for voting the way you did and it might be valid. I'm not saying that it's not a valid reason, but you withheld that. You withheld that from the public. And when it comes to anything, the next time something comes up, because this shit is going to come up again in October, I believe. It was only kicked, it's not solved. It's kicked down the can. I think it shit got to come up again in October. I think this only funds till October. So it's going to come up again. So how can the people and how can your colleagues trust you? How can your colleagues in the other chamber trust you if they vote a certain way or they negotiate something? How can they trust you that you're not going to come up with some shit at the last minute and say, "Oh, I'm not voting for that. I'm gonna vote with the Republicans or whatever the fuck." So you threw all your trust out the window. Ain't nobody gonna want to keep doing all the work for Chuck Schumer to come up with some excuse, valid as it may be, at the last minute. You're supposed to be told people that was shit people supposed to know actually years ago. But you got the shit solved, and I understand not putting them out there. But this time it was a different situation. And when you seen the shit that Elon and Trump was doing, you're supposed to see when he went in on January 20th, even if you didn't say nothing to the public, you're supposed to pull your people on your side who you are the leader of. You're supposed to pull them into a caucus, get them in a room and say, look, this is what's going to happen. And this is the choice that we got to make. Either we can vote. They don't have the votes without us to shut this motherfucker down. But if we do that, this, that, and the third can happen. You didn't even do that with them. They might have already did it, but you're the leader. So it's all on you to call them in there and say, as their leader, and go over this again for those who may not know or those who may have forgot. And say, this can happen. Is this what we want? Then you could have got a fucking deal done. It might have been more press on it to get a deal that be longer than October. So how the fuck do people gonna trust you?
But you gotta remember, we've been through a long road as a Democrat, from Clinton to Obama. He helped us in Katrina, 9/11. He was there for when we went through the motherfucking Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
You can't just throw these people out the backwater just because of one vote, bro. Like, now, if we keep continuing on, he keep voting with, now he on something different. But one joint, and then just throw him out now, that's like, I get it with the rest of them. I mean, it's specific people that been through the fight with us. You has he been, in your opinion, in the fight with us all these years? That's what I'm saying. It's like
Chuck and Nancy. All you heard was Chuck and Nancy this, Chuck and Nancy.
So you feel like
I mean,
you still get rid of him.
I put it like, yeah, because for one, as much as motherfuckers, some people don't like Harry Reid. Chuck Schumer ain't on Harry Reid. Harry got shit done, and Harry wouldn't have let no shit like this happen. And
No.
And Harry wouldn't have did no shit like this. So
Nancy wouldn't. No, either one of them. Yeah.
No. So
this wouldn't happen with Nancy.
My thing is this.
But look at these fools. These are people you expecting.
Yeah, but look, my thing is this. You can look back on all the good shit he's done. And yeah, he been in the fight. He been down dirty in the fight. But it's certain things you can throw all of that away for. And if the people who you work with and the people on the other side of the chamber that you need to get this shit done so you can get a deal or get something done, and you lose their trust, you ain't no good anyway, because a lot of shit ain't gonna get done because of motherfucker, man, we the way you did us on this, we all knew we was in a fight. This is the beginning of the fight. This is the beginning. We ain't even got to the deep down dirty shit yet. All of that shit is coming. So if at the beginning of the fight, you stand out there, you 10 toes down or whatever the fuck, you got your you got your feet planted, and you like, this is what we're going to do. We standing together with this, that, and the third, and at the last minute you say, I'm not going to vote for this. And then you come out with you didn't step in front of the cameras. You did that shit on come on, you should have if you're gonna do this, you should have had a press conference. You should have talked to the people and said, this is why. I don't want to hurt you. This could hurt you more. The government shutdown will hurt you more than this shit passing. And this is why. Because we don't want this to happen. And if you can't trust him to talk to you and tell you what you need to know, how the fuck you gonna trust him to, you know?
What you articulating right there is basically a Democratic problem. Is they're not spokesmen. They literally are fucking politicians. They just want to pass bills. And that's their fault, be honest with you. That's the only thing that hurts them. People like Chuck Schumer can't get up and articulate and break it down. If this was Obama, he would have been like, look, this right here gonna happen if he does this wild ass shit, and this gonna dumb ass. He explained it. You look at him like, oh yeah, that is be tough shit right there. I don't know what you should do, but still vote against him. That is tough though. At least a person sit there would be like, that is a tough joint to make there. Now you got it where, motherfucker, what are you doing? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a different reaction when you just willy-nilly one day say, we all fight. Yo, and whatever you say, fight, or some dumb shit. Then the next day you say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna vote for it. What does that mean? What are you doing?
Right. And see, I'm gonna give him a little bit of leeway on this. And it goes back to what we talked about last night. When we put the chart up last night about the online presence and the dots and the big red dots, the Joe Rogans and the Candace Owens and all these motherfuckers. Where the fuck is he gonna go to get his message out? Now, that's a fucking problem. Now, if you want to, if the shoe was on the other foot, and this was the Democrats had the power and wanted to push some more wild shit through that the Republicans didn't want to go with, they had all these places to go. Democrats don't have that. Where they got an ecosystem or they got a media network among TV, online, and radio. So I give them some leeway on it in the fact that you can only get the message out so much until you really start to build this shit up and use. You might not got everything they got, but use what you have and use it to its full capabilities and get the message out. This is a message. That message, and I agree totally that it is a valid point that you made.
That's true.
It's a good point, and it's a point. And to be honest, it's a point that makes me think twice.
I ain't gonna bullshit you, me too.
Now I give you that. It's a point that makes you think, but
I ain't gonna bullshit.
You should not. But we should have been heard about that.
That's crazy. You was thinking like I was thinking. I was thinking like, man, he made me think twice about this shit. I ain't never heard that before.
It makes you think about your position.
Like,
and
bro,
what?
I don't want them to be in control of that shit.
If you would have went out and you would have talked to the people, and you would have talked to the people, your people, and your constituents like you should have, and I give it to you. We don't on the Democratic side don't have the outlets that Republicans have. Cool, but you still should have went to everyone you should have. If you should have went on Rachel Maddow if you could, Chris Hayes if you can.
Explain that right there, yeah.
You could have dialed up and say, hey, Roland, I want to talk to you about something. Or motherfucker talk to Hakeem Jeffries and say, man, when you go on road or talk to Roland, explain
that part too, yeah.
You could have did all of this. Why the fuck would you wait? When did this shit happen? Friday?
Man, he had enough time. I ain't never heard of this part. So he could have been told me that.
You're supposed to been explain that.
No bullshit, bro.
And so people can say, well, damn, you know what? If all that can happen, I really don't want them to shut down the government.
If they take over,
then the press would have been on you to make a deal. But if you'd have came to the motherfucker, it got to a point where it's either shut it down or take the risk. Right.
That is tough. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And we don't know.
We don't. That's why I was saying at the beginning. We don't know which one of these people are wrong. It's only 10, yeah, but they might have been right though. You never know. You never know.
In the end, Chuck Schumer is wrong. He's not wrong for what he did because if
Wrong
that's
for
what he
bait and
believes,
switching us and shit.
yeah, he's not wrong for what he did. He's wrong for the way he did it.
Unless
So
he
it's gonna
found
make
out
you-
late.
right?
I think he
didn't
already
find
knew
out
though.
late.
Yeah, he had already know.
He's Speaker of the
Yeah.
House. He went through the shutdown.
He knew it.
He
Yeah.
went through. He went. No, he
I
went-
didn't know that. I'm be honest with you. I didn't know. All right, once you shut it down, the shit probably didn't do
And
whatever.
see,
Like,
afterwards,
oh,
after
shit.
Chuck
Oh,
what he
oh,
did,
oh,
and I don't know, and I'm gonna cut that up on for the next.
That's too much right there.
Hakeem Jeffries, in a press conference the other day, explained it. He said, "Look, when we went through the government shutdown, was it Bush?" He said, "Yeah, we went through it with Bush. They tried to push it through. We stood our ground. The government was shut down for 2 days. They was forced to come and negotiate to open the government back up. They went through it again."
Yeah, but the Trump is not.
I understand that.
No.
I understand. This you dealing with a
See,
different
Bush
type
is
of
not
person.
going to do all that wild shit to take over the government.
No, he ain't not
He's
gonna do all
not
that.
doing that.
But see, he explained the position he was from and why he was doing what he was doing, because he knew eventually that once that government is shut down, you got to come to the table. And ain't no going through all this shit in executive order. You got to come to the table to get the money flowing. You got to.
Okay.
So,
Like you just said, we don't have the media outlets, right? But there was an opportunity to let's shut down and start explaining to American people what is happening. That's what I was saying. Like, just get it out. Explain that shit too.
Right.
Like, let us know. Talk.
right.
Get out there.
Look, like I'm saying, I understand. And we showed you the chart last night. As far as a presence in
That's true.
traditional media and online media, they fucking us up. They fucking us up bad.
Like us, we got what, almost 400 subs, and we
We
happy
ain't
for
shit.
that. And we're gonna definitely get the news information out to
Yeah.
those little people. We're gonna do our part for sure.
But the little
That's small,
bit
bro.
of shit that you can do the shit. Fuck is wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
Go to the people.
Yeah, I get you that, but that was some tough shit though. But my thing is, if everybody looking at the same thing, do all these Congress people and senators know the same things, and same thing that he just said, do like AOC feel the same way? So she was on CNN, doesn't she? My thing is, they're looking at the same thing. It is a fucked up situation to have him control everything. Just say it's a mercy and just really ramp shout this shit and start giving Elon Musk some all type. I don't know what will happen, but that will be fucked up. So let's look on the other side. Let's say that all the other motherfuckers are wrong. Why will make you still vote for it, even though you know that risk? Let's hear.
People to call their senators, tell them to vote no on cloture, which allows the bill to go forward for a vote of just a simple majority, and to vote no on the vote for a simple majority on the Republican bill. What do you say to the counter argument of like a government shutdown hurts the country, hurts the people you represent from Queens and the Bronx?
Absolutely. And that is why House Democrats have laid out a plan, as well as several Senate Democrats laid out a plan to keep government open for another 30 days as Republicans negotiate a deal with Democrats in order to have an extended government funding bill.
But the House would have to come back into session, right? I mean,
but House Democrats are in town. I mean, we're afraid of working? Is that the problem here? That the idea that, God forbid, members of Congress have to fly back and do their jobs? I mean,
okay.
Genuinely, come on.
So Chuck Schumer, I guess the Senate Democratic leader, your senator, said at this meeting that he is going to vote for cloture. He is going to vote to allow there to be a simple majority vote. You think that's wrong?
I believe that's a tremendous mistake. Yes.
Why?
I think, well, first and foremost, the American people, if anyone has held a town hall or has seen what has been happening in town halls.
All right, a few things about this right here. Is she has come, I can see already, she coming from a premise of what she's seeing online and what's going on in town halls first, right? So I don't know. Is that the best way to look at this situation, or is the best way to look at it the way Chuck Schumer look at it? Because she's going on more of what the emotions of people are, with what she's seeing online, what's most popular about this is what I'm hearing coming out of her mouth. Because she's about to go into town halls that people been disrupting Republican town halls. And I'm starting to think she going off, okay, American people said this and that. But what about that risk as Chuck Schumer explained, though?
American people, whether they are Republicans, independents, Democrats, are up in arms about Elon Musk and the actual gutting of federal agencies across the board. This continuing resolution codifies much of this chaos that Elon Musk is wreaking havoc on the federal government. It codifies many of those changes. It sacrifices and completely eliminates congressional authority in order to review these impulsive Trump tariffs that he's switching on and off. And on top of that, for folks who are concerned about effectiveness in government, this Republican extreme spending bill removes all of the guardrails and all of the accountability measures to ensure that money is being spent in the way that Congress has directed for it to be spent. This turns the federal government into a slush fund for Donald Trump and Elon Musk. It sacrifices congressional authority, and it is deeply...
Okay. Now, hearing her counter argument, right? Her counter argument is, I ain't gonna lie, it's not as persuasive as Chuck Schumer joint, right? I ain't gonna bullshit you. But what she's saying is she vote for it, right? It'll give Trump more oversight over the congressional joint as far as the tariffs, right? But is that worse than if the government shut down and then he invokes an emergency and then really take over shit? Is that worse though? Well, that's what we trying to figure out. Who is making the right decision here? So is that worse? Everything she laid out, are these things worse than them really taking completely over? And AOC, I love her. Her and Crockett, my top.
This is the thing with what Chuck Schumer doing is where he fucked up at. The argument that AOC is making, the argument that a lot of people, senators and Congress people and people in government or was in government is making, is the same argument that AOC is making and was telling the people for so long. Now, if Chuck Schumer felt another way, and like you keep saying, it's valid. It's a good. The point that you're making is a good point. I ain't got no problem with what you saying and making a choice between, okay, it's a lot of wild shit in this bill they're going to pass, but it could be more fucked up if we let the government shut down, because what he could do, and what you're not saying is it could be safeguards out there that make it hard for him to do it, or that he couldn't do it at all. We don't know because you told us so late. Why are you telling us so late and coming with this at the last minute while you was out there all that time you spent in front of the cameras jumping around? We're not going to do this. We standing together. We got the votes. They don't have the votes to get it passed, so it's not going to pass. This is all shit you said in front of the cameras. The same thing you said when people got in your ass, you could have also said that.
It seems to me is both situations, either way it goes, he will have more power, right? It just comes down to which one of these power pills you want to suffer through. And I'm starting to think the joint Chuck Schumer was saying is way more of a pill to swallow than I don't know, man. Once a mercy is set, he can come out and say it's a mercy, and then him and Musk can really, the way she's doing it and saying it now is it's the same way but then they still have to go through Congress to do things, which is the same result, but he's still gonna get the things done, but Congress will be able to say things, right? But if everything is closed, everything is off the table after that. So to me, if you vote for it and then fight on the budget bill itself, might be a better. I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna bullshit. That's tough.
This is the problem, though. You jumped out there and you stood on what everybody else was stood on, and you was a big bad bold motherfucker. If you felt this way, and that's part of your title of being a leader, you minority leader in the Senate. If you are the leader, you supposed to motherfucking tell your people what the fuck is up and instruct them to look. Let your people know this is what's going on if we vote this way. And then people might not be upset with you because you voted in the way you did. But you did what you did. You kept all your reasoning to yourself. And then at the last minute, when it's an uproar after you did what you did, you didn't even say this while you was doing it. It was after you did what you did and it was an uproar. You came out with the excuse. So what? If I'm thinking, and this is what a normal person would think. Oh, you was this way. You did this way. Then he just switched up. He done kissed Trump ass. He done kissed the ring or whatever. He done bowed down or whatever. And now he coming out with this Trump to take over shit. Oh, he just bullshit. That's some bullshit. He pulling something out his ass. That's what people would think. And I'm like I said, what you telling people gives people pause to think and make me think that hold on, that maybe a shutdown is not the right thing. But you didn't give people a chance to make it. You made the decision. And it might be the right decision. I ain't saying it ain't right. You made a decision, but you kept the reasoning and you kept the facts of the whole thing from not only, well, fuck it, from the public. So you dug it yourself. And all you had to do was just be upfront.
Yeah.
If you was how many times, love her or hate her, that Nancy Pelosi jumped out there on issues and she was by herself. But she stood on and told people why she did it. This is why we're doing this. This is what we're doing. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to prevent this. We're trying to get this. We're trying for them not to cut this, but we're also trying to protect this. That's all the fuck you had to say. You could have came out here, even if you didn't do it weeks ago, you could have did it. Months ago, you could have did it. Say 2 weeks ago, you came out and said, we got this motherfucker government shutdown thing coming up, and this is going to get shaky because maybe we didn't have to worry about this with another president, but with this president right here, we have to worry about if he would make an attempt to evoke some kind of emergency legislation or whatever emergency order and take over the entire government, which includes the funding for certain programs and for security and national security for this. If we shut the government down, we're liable to give him, as young Chuck said, ultimate power. You could have did that 2 weeks ago. That's tough. You could have did that a week ago. You could have said that a week ago, and you know what? People would have been like, right here, right there. Hold on, wait, maybe that ain't a good idea. Maybe we might have to live with what's in that for, because
figure something else different. I don't know, but
look, because as far as your base
that
is
was
concerned,
a tough one to do.
Yeah, as far as your base is concerned,
I want you to go against everything.
We already prepared, and we already dug in with the man. Don't vote for shit. Yeah. But you still got to satisfy your base, and you still got to keep your base together. If you got your base pissed off at you. If you got your base pissed off at you, motherfucker, you ain't gonna have that. You ain't gonna have that seat.
It really comes from not communicating, like stuff like that. If I would have had any idea that that type of danger comes with motherfucking shutting the government down, then I probably would have thought about it. Yeah, even though I would have still told them all to vote against it. Cause so I wanted to shut down. I want that, but still, I didn't know that he can take over shit and really. That's tough. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro.
Yeah, because all you had to do, because if knowing what I know now, knowing what he said and what the situation may be, I probably would have been like, okay, y'all got, if this is the case, I would still be in the camp of, okay, y'all got 60 votes. Don't give them no 60 votes until, like I said the other day, you still have the fucking power to get shit taken out and put shit in to get something done, to say, no, if you want these votes, you still gonna earn these votes. And you can take that to the people and say, look, we are fighting for this, that, and the third. You could have did it in a way that, look, we are asking for sensible cuts or see sensible things to be put into the bill that will help the American people. And you tell the people what you want. We are not agreeing with no $800 billion cuts to Medicare. No, people need their health care. They're trying to take it from you. We're not going to vote. You stick in the mud, even if at the last minute you might have to say, damn, we can't vote. You know, we got as much as we could, but we don't want to shut the government down. People will understand it. You don't want to shut the government down and get Trump all power with Elon lurking in the background.
That's I kind of agree with Young Champ on that one too, because it's an emotional reaction. Literally, before they really thought through this, everybody did emotional reaction first. So that's why I was clear on trying to figure out, do the other Congress and Senate people see it? Did they know this part of had to tell him this, or did he find out late? Or what is this? Y'all ain't communicate that this type of danger was there? Can y'all just vote for the CR, then block the bill? How do it work? Can y'all figure that out? You know what I'm saying? Can you skip blocking and shutting down the government and still block them trying to cut Medicaid? Yes or no? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
See, a motherfucker, like, if you've been in Congress for a while, you like, I put it like this. Now, if you've been in,
first of all, bro, you're gonna stop talking about my baby. You're not gonna talk about my baby, Jasmine Crawford. That's my baby now. Don't do that.
You know the rules and you know the laws. They know. But if that was an issue, and like I said, it may be a valid issue. It might be an issue that changed a lot of minds. But you should have been said something. Yeah, don't wait till after you did it. Because now people look.
It would definitely be a debate.
Let's do things straight.
For sure.
Part of the reason that Trump is in office is because people in this country are cynical as hell. They don't believe shit. They don't believe shit stink until you shove it up their nose. That's the way people are. So that's part of the reason he got what he got. So when you do some shit like that, and where you was for it, then you was against it, where you was
against it before you was for it.
Yeah, what they use on motherfucker John Kerry. He's a serial flip flopper, and that's what you did. You flip flop. That's the word. You was for it, but you was against it. You was against it when you was for it. Now you want to come. Now, one day, I was for it before I was against it. The fuck you was a what? That was John Kerry, wasn't it?
I can't remember. Yeah, that's funny. You voted for it. You was against it.
He said I was for it.
It fucked him up. Yeah.
No, it was Kerry or Gore.
That's funny as shit.
But you was for it. Now you against it. So you was all of this, and then you come out with, I ain't want the motherfucker to take over shit.
So let me ask you this then, for overall, right? Do you think the Democrats itself, the party, should take people like Chuck Schumer out and people like him out the joint and had them primary by younger people, or do you think we need them in the party?
Well, they already asking, and AOC putting it out there because it wouldn't have got out there if she didn't put it out there. Or let it be put out there. The AOC is plotting on primarying his ass in the next for Senate for that Senate seat, and motherfuckers inside the party wants her to do it. So.
See, I try to make it through this podcast without exploding. Damn, these comments, bro. Keep talking about my babies. What's wrong with you on this joint, bro? Crockett and Kamala, you can't do it. What are you doing, bro? First of all, two things. The lesser of two evils is the worst thing I ever heard out of people's mouths ever. Anything just happened to fuck now, is this evil or not to you? And in your right mind, do you think Kamala will do any fucking thing that's going on now? You know she won't. So what's the lesser of two evils you're talking about? I can't stand when motherfuckers say that. Because that sounds so dumb. What the fuck Kamala gonna do? What's the evil thing she gonna do? Be a bitch? A lady? That's the evil part of her? Like, what the fuck are you talking? This bitch ass orange neck demon is a fucking, that's evil. The fuck are you talking about right now? So don't mix those two things up, first of all. That's the first thing. Second, once you have a racist pig, I don't want to talk to you no more. There's nothing else to talk to a racist pig about. So if you continue liking a racist pig because he's going to cut your taxes or give you some brand new Jordans, whatever the fuck he about to do to you, he's still a pig, a racist one for me. There's nothing he can do. He can kill cancer. Period. I don't care about him. So you can't do that. You know what I'm saying, dog? Woo. And don't talk about my sisters. That's all I'm saying, baby. Especially Kamala and especially Crockett. You know what I'm saying, dog? Wow. Especially those two. And don't do Biden, because my man gonna hurt you on that one. Don't do the Biden thing. Why y'all still talking about Biden, though? Yeah, that's the thing I don't get. He gone.
Because the one for the shit Pelosi and them done. Hey.
He gone. He gone.
Y'all got he gone. Y'all, he was dead. He gave y'all all he had. Hey, y'all, they didn't want him. So, hey, thank you, Nancy.
First of all, more qualified than the orange neck, fuck, red neck demon Donald Trump was Kamala Harris. More qualified. It's not my fault. Crockett, more qualified. It's not my fault. Ain't nothing else I can do. You know what I'm saying, dog? It's just, I didn't write the script. I didn't pick up the paper and say, Kamala, you're going to be. No. It is what it is, bro. She more qualified than him. But it's cool. You know what I'm saying, dog? And that's my baby. You know what I'm saying, dog? Now, everybody, we appreciate you, everybody, man, to take y'all time out, bro. Even take 10 seconds to even listen to two motherfuckers walking off the streets that barely, you know what I'm saying, engage in politics in their life. You know what I'm saying? But we want to come on this joint and tell our story as black motherfuckers growing up in D.C., DMV area. You know what I'm saying? And tell our story as black people, you know? Engage with black people around the United States and the world, for that matter. And had that black debate. You know what I'm saying, dog? What's best for our culture? You know what I'm saying? What's fucked up for our culture? And right now, we're looking at an orange neck demon fuck pig called Donald. Jackass Trump. That's running shit right now. So that's where we at. You know what I'm saying, dog? You got something to say for you guys?
Oh, yeah, y'all take it light, man. And, Young Champ, thank you for tuning in, brother. And hope you come back.
Appreciate you a whole lot, bro.
You know, Young Champ. I am Chizzy 7G. Thank you, brother. And I might not agree with you, but you know, I don't deny you your right to express your wrongness. Till next time we see y'all probably Tuesday night. Peace.
Most definitely. Check us out Tuesday nights, Friday nights live. And as you can see, we come on every other night when we feel like an urge and get something off our shoulders. You know what I'm saying?
Something like that.
That happens. Ain't nothing. That's just us being nickels. You know what I'm saying? You know, when niggas got issues, they got an event. You know what I'm saying? And we come on this joint and let y'all know how we feel. But appreciate everybody, though. You know what I'm saying? Check us out. We try and grow this little thing we doing this shit, walk off the street, talk politics. We're not the average motherfuckers, political scientists and all that shit that walk off the street. We're just talking from the street point of view. You know what I'm saying, dog? And I hope everybody can understand it and follow us. You know what I'm saying? We just trying, you know what I'm saying, get in this thing.
And Tuesday night, I know we got to get. We're gonna talk to our Latino people, our Latino or Latinx people on Tuesday night, because I got something to say to y'all motherfuckers. And I want to know how y'all like for y'all people to be sitting in that fucking prison over there in El Salvador.
No matter what, every night, every single night, we got a bone to pick with somebody. You know what I'm saying? But the back door open, windows open, screen door open, everything is open when we come on this podcast for anybody to come on here and have the debate.
Yeah.
Conversations or whatever the fuck we gonna have. Even if you agree with us, we don't care. You know what I'm saying? It's like we want that debate, we want that conversation for the black culture. Even if you're not black, we want that debate for poor people.
He sent the
Same
motherfuckers
shit.
to a prison. He sent the motherfuckers to a prison in El Salvador. And they say it's that's one of the worst prisons in motherfucking in El Salvador, just El Salvador. They say that motherfucker the worst in the world. This motherfucker. That's why they looking sad, motherfucker.
Shit. Appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate y'all a lot. Black debate is never too late. Appreciate everybody. You know what I'm saying, dog? Much love.
Yeah. We got you, young champ. We gonna show young champ some love. Gonna show you a lot of love, bro.
Yeah, we definitely do that.
Talking about politics coming from a view of the streets. You know what I'm saying, dog? We're not coming from professional view. We're not lawyers. None of that shit that's on TV. You know what I'm saying? We come straight from the hood. The hood view.